Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto Chester. I'm here today to give you a cryptocurrency show. We're going to be breaking down Bitcoin for a bit of a Bitcoin breakdown. Then we're going to be going through to Altcoin Assessment. And once we're done with Altcoin Assessment, it's basically where you guys can request some altcoins in the chat, whatever platform you are watching it on. And I will basically be breaking down some charts for us to be looking at today. And also we could potentially be finding some trades as well, guys. Some interesting positions that we could be looking to make some money on today, essentially. So yeah, that is how it's going to work, Altcoin Assessment. And then once we're done with Altcoin Assessment, we're going to be going through to a bit of Shitcoin Showdown, because there is a coin that has caught my eye with celebrity influence today that is super low cap right now. Okay, so definitely some potential there to be making some cold hard cash as well. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend, and obviously Monday noon here over in Thailand. It is UTC plus 7 is when we're going to be streaming this pretty much every single week here. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you want to set your alarms, notification bell on, you're never going to miss when we are live here over on the Crypto Chester channel. Just jumping through to the chats quickly, we got Sudoa. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Hope you're having a fantastic day, sir. Saying good morning, dear. Welcome to India. Good stuff. I always wanted to go to India, but I haven't had the chance just yet. But I will, definitely will. But yeah, let's get straight down into a Bitcoin breakdown to really start us off today. So the Bitcoin breakdown today, guys, and as you can see, looking at the chart, we're going to be starting on the midterm time frame. Yes, Bitcoin has broke 63,000 to the downside. Pretty horrific, if you ask me. Pretty bad. Okay, this is not good sign for crypto in general, and it's quite likely that we will probably see more downside here for Bitcoin, for crypto, over the next coming weeks, months. But we will be looking at some very, very important statistics and data coming through here on the macro time frame here for Bitcoin, because I want to sort of compare a lot of the data that kind of is in confluence with previous halvings for Bitcoin, because we were sort of lined up pretty perfectly for quite an early sort of cycle compared to what we have seen after previous halvings, right? Usually it's been sort of October, November, December, those sorts of months towards the end of the year where we have seen Bitcoin and altcoins really start to rally up. Now, unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, fortunately, on the macro, it did actually look like that things were lining up for that to happen again, but a lot earlier. We were talking within the next sort of month, 3 weeks or so. Like it was really, really quite early. So we will be going into that and comparing previous halving dates and seeing where momentum trend lines and stuff like that are right now, because it's very, very important data on the weekly that we're going to get into. Now, touching on the midterm time frame quickly, because it's always good to get a bias of where we think Bitcoin is going for the day to day, because if we're trading altcoins, Bitcoin's obviously the alpha male in the alpha in the space, and yeah, so we need to get sort of a bias on Bitcoin first. So what we're sort of looking at today, guys, yes, as I said, we've lost 63. It's looking pretty bleak. Touching on what we were sort of referring to the end of last week, and the bounce point, that 1% move that we were looking for, guys, that we were talking about on stream all week pretty much. You can see really clean, super, super nice. Got candle body closes, got near enough a long-legged doji star candle here, which basically means it's undecided on what direction, which after coming down for a significant amount of time here, it's quite likely to see a nice little move to the upside, which we did see. Nice 1% gain there, guys. So well done to everyone who did get involved with that and did get involved with that TA. And we can basically delete that buying zone and basically line up what we're sort of looking out for here today. I mean, trend is your friend, guys. We know that score. We're back inside. Well, we're still inside this falling parallel channel. These do tend to usually break to the upside. Don't think we've got any chance of this breaking to the upside at this point in time. With a market on a Monday being this bleak, it's actually really, really going to be potentially a really rough week, guys. So just hold on to your horses here. And if we are looking in previous price action at these levels here, You can see 64, 64.6, 63.6. These are all serious levels of resistance, guys. And now, obviously, we're down at 62.7. So even if we do come up and see nice little moves to the upside here, it's very unlikely that we actually break this to the upside. If we do, then there is a breakout scenario, of course, from this chart pattern to the upside, which we can be capitalizing on. But right now, it is pretty much just looking like downside. I'm not going to be shorting Bitcoin right now. And the reasoning for this is, guys, is yes, we broke the low. We broke structure. This microstructure is good to break to the downside here. And it is all good there. But what I would say, let's just look at the chat. What part of Thailand are you staying in? Thong Lo in Bangkok? I'm staying in Bangkok, actually, yeah. Staying in Bangkok. Obviously, Sukhumvit Road. Typical, everyone knows Sukhumvit Road. So yeah, I'm staying down there. But yeah, love Bangkok. Probably won't be here too long. I'm thinking about going down to Phuket or something like that and living down there for a bit. But yeah, love Thailand, man. Love it. But yeah, anyway, back to trading. Yeah, so you can see this is the low that has been broken, and that is currently sat around 63.3. Usually when we see a low like that get broken, we're quite likely to see a bit of a reversal in the price for Bitcoin. Maybe we come down to this level first, 61.9, and then we bounce. But right now, I wouldn't want to just be shorting that low here. We need to basically be shorting the retest and following the trend if that is going to be happening here. Otherwise, you could literally just get into a short position here, and you could see a nice move up to around 64.2 there, and it's, yeah, you'll be underwater there. So risk reward scenario, not a very favorable position to be shorting Bitcoin right now. And you have to excuse me, I'm a little bit behind on schedule today, so I've got my protein shake on stream rather than the herbal tea. So I will be we'll be sipping away on that. It's quite heavy today. Put a banana and stuff in it. So yeah. And you guys know I'm training obviously Muay Thai in the morning, so yeah, pretty tired. So yeah, got to get that protein in. But yeah, what we're talking about for Bitcoin today and over the next sort of couple of days or so, what I would be expecting here is continuation to the downside here. And we would be looking for a potential low here, just using this this chart pattern as a point of reference right now. Obviously, falling parallel channel, guys. And you can see lovely support. Not quite test there, but if we come down to this area, there's likely to be a nice big bounce there. I'm sorry, not a huge bounce, but likely to be around 1% or something along the lines of that. We can still capitalize on it, is what I'm saying there. So yeah, if we just draw in a nice little 1% and get some more data here, using other indicators, maybe some Fibonacci in there as well, and see if we can get some more of a confluence. Just talking about the quantum insight, guys, right now, this is a great example of why we shouldn't just be shorting Bitcoin right now after breaking this low essentially. And you can see, let me just bring that indicator back up. You can see on the 4 hour, the stochastic is actually at the pretty much the lowest point it can be at right now. Near enough. You can see 1.4. Obviously the lowest point is 0 there. So we've got a little tiny bit of a way to go, a couple of millimeters or so. But you can see when you do get these crossovers, it either means a bit of a move to the upside, like you can see the last 1% we did capitalize on here for this micro Bitcoin trend coming to the end of Friday there. Very nice move there. It's kind of looking like history might just repeat itself here because stochastic is super low here. And after breaking this low, usually you see a little bit of a retracement in the price. Now, talking momentum, guys, you can see the momentum line here for Bitcoin is actually super low as well. We're actually pretty overextended to the downside. That essentially means when we do see that reversal coming through, we're likely to see a buyback. And again, guys, same scenario happened here when we saw that 1%. You can see the momentum was actually super low as well, and that is another reason why we did see that coming through. If we're looking at money flow right now, it's actually super bearish, guys. Okay, so super bearish, and what I mean by that is you can see. It might be a bit hard to see here, but you can see these little dots, right? You got the, not on that side, you can see the pink dots, you can see the blue dots. This is sort of the money flow of Bitcoin right now. And I know it's quite hard to see, it's quite colluding the chart, but what you can see is money flow is actually getting fairly smooth, okay? Fairly smooth to the downside. In this area right now, we're actually coming into a significant low for this right now. We're coming into a significant low for this right now. What I mean by that, guys, essentially the lower that this money flow gets from this central point here, and you can see it's really, really quite low here. The lower that this gets, and the lower that this gets, the more likely we are to stay in this area for a long time, because we've got basically we've got a bigger gap to fill in terms of bullish money flow coming back into Bitcoin. So what we're seeing here on the micro time frame for the 4 hour here is money flow actually coming down significantly to a really low point. So that essentially gives us the data here that this trend, this downtrend right now, micro downtrend that we are currently experiencing, is quite likely to continue. Okay, that's what that is telling us here. It's quite likely to continue. You know, we're going to play on the bounces. We're going to be making our 1% here and there. It's not a problem. The only thing that does suck is obviously our spot bags bleeding out. They're nuking right now. Is what it is. It's crypto. We kind of knew this was sort of going to happen here, but it does make me want to break down the macro time frame here for Bitcoin, because there is some interesting data that I want to be going through there as well. So over to the macro for now, and see what we're working with here. So you can see this blue line here is when we had the halving. Okay, so if we are going to zoom out, jump to the weekly chart quickly. I know it's an absolute state of a chart right now. Let me just get rid of all these price ranges so you guys can actually see. Do apologize. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, let me get rid of that, and let me get rid of some other indicators as well, because it's a bit too much going on. Boom, like a barrier as well. Yeah. Okay, so you can see the halving here back in 2020, and you can see we have the halving here back in April 2024, right? The 19th, I think it was. So you can see from this point, usually we see a really, really nice big bull run to the upside. Okay, every single halving that we have, it's usually a really, really nice clean run to the upside. Now, the breathing period before that run to the upside, it can vary. Okay, it really, really can vary. So what we have seen in the previous cycle is we did see pretty much quite a lot of sideways action, and then we saw the run start. Okay, and this sideways action gave quite an interesting reading coming through on the quantum insight. Okay, so if we are going to be looking at that right now, yeah, we're actually looking at this pinnacle point. I know it's quite hard to see with everything going on here, but you can see the money flow touching this point here, then the money flow touching this point here, and then the money flow touching this point here. Now, as it touches with this area, remember this is 2020, guys, you can see the stochastic is at its absolute, well, near enough the absolute low point as well, in confluence with a bounce point of the money flow trend line. That signified essentially the start of the run here. Okay, it signified the start of the run at this point. As you can see, it all lines up pretty perfectly. From that point, $10,000 Bitcoin, we ran up to literally, obviously 69K. I know we had the pullback first, but around 64K or so. So what we're sort of looking for here, in confluence to the previous cycles, we've got stochastic being super low, we've got money flow trend lines, we've got significant buying points. We can also see momentum for the run, actually the pullbacks actually getting higher. So you can see momentum getting higher, momentum getting higher, momentum getting higher, momentum getting higher. Then we obviously see an explosion to the upside. This is, excuse me, this is the super macro as well, guys. This is the weekly time frame. So these obviously it takes a long time for this data to be printed. But if we're looking at this in confluence with the current run, okay, the current run, it's actually sort of let us down a bit, okay. And this is sort of what we were looking for here for Bitcoin, just in general, to kind of repeat history here. And you can see we were sat directly pretty much on this trend line with the money flow coming up like that, coming onto this trend line after test, sorry, so you guys can see on vertical, after test, and then coming up for another test there with all the other confluences basically put in place there. And you can see that the momentum on the weekly was obviously low, the pullbacks getting shorter here, and then obviously we were looking for a lovely, lovely cycle to the upside. Now, what has happened? Unfortunately, guys, we haven't seen the move that we were hoping for, okay? Unfortunately, it is what it is. It happens. Can't win them all. We were looking for an early start to the cycle. Didn't happen. And now that we have unfortunately lost this money flow trend line here, it basically means that things are going to be taking a little bit longer. Okay, does that mean we're going to zero? No, it does not. We basically just need to sort of find a floor here for Bitcoin throughout this cycle. And what I mean by that, guys, is sort of the low point that it will get to and hold. Because remember, most of this bullish momentum is purely institutional, okay? It's purely institutional bullish momentum, and we are seeing a bit of money flowing out of the ETFs right now, which is obviously another reason why we are seeing confidence in Bitcoin, in crypto, coming to a sort of a downtrend here. But the point that I'm really looking for here is sort of finding that low and just having some sort of point of data for that, okay? And what I mean by that, guys, is we're likely, okay, obviously we're coming into the Western summer here, over in the West, we're coming into summer period, and usually the summertime, so like July to September to start of October, that sort of period is usually either sideways or bearish for Bitcoin. Just in previous cycles, that's what we have seen. So that's sort of what we can probably expect now. Nothing too crazy, I don't think, because now we've got institutions in. Now we've got obviously a lot of ETFs in the US, and a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin like that is a really good investment now. And the fact that we have been sort of not super stable, but in a range between 72 and 60 for quite a long time here, it shows that the price of Bitcoin is sort of stabilizing, and the confidence of Bitcoin and putting your money in Bitcoin is actually a good thing, rather than it swinging 50% here and there, right? What we have seen in previous cycles. So yeah, it's quite nice to see that happening there for Bitcoin. But what I would say here overall, guys, we do need to find our floor. Remember, we're still in that range, guys. We're still in that range between 72 and 60, okay? So it's not the end of the world. We can still come down to 60. We can come down to 56. If we lose 56, then I really would get your seatbelts on, because we're due pretty much a car crash. I would expect probably 48 after that, 49 coming down. Do I think we're going to lose this this trend line coming up in this cycle? Probably not. Do I think we're going to lose market structure high or low? Probably not. But we need to still take into consideration, guys, that if Bitcoin actually even comes, if Bitcoin can come to 40K, guys, it can come all the way down to 40K, and we're still in a bullish market structure, believe it or not. So it's it can fluctuate a lot here. Just be prepared for that, especially coming into the summertime period as well. And if we are looking at the macro, just overall, we've lost a massive level of support in the last sort of day or so. We've seen a weekly candle body close here, literally closing inside back inside of this chart pattern. So this probably, usually, if we look at the momentum to the downside inside of this chart pattern after seeing that candle body close here, you can see obviously candle body close. We saw a little bit of a spike in the momentum to the upside, but after that we saw a follow down around 7% there. So again, you can see from this point 18% to the downside. Resistance from this zone 20.7% to the downside. Here wasn't so bad. I mean, after seeing this insane momentum to the upside, just a sneaky pullback for around 4%. But what I'm saying here, guys, is unfortunately, we're back inside this zone. Okay, we're back inside this zone, and that usually will mean continuation to the downside for this trend. We will play the trend. We will play the bounces. We will be making money all the way up, all the way down. We know how to trade these markets continuously, guys. So it's not the end of the world, but just be prepared for a bit of a bloodbath, right? If we lose 60 and 56K, just hold on to your. I don't know what to say, but yeah, it's gonna be a bloodbath if that does happen. Now there is potential moves, okay? There is potential moves and stuff that we can capitalize on, which I'm gonna go into now. If you are new to the stream, guys, then we will be doing altcoins very, very, very shortly. We're gonna do Altcoin Assessment next. Then we're doing Shitcoin Showdown, and then we are doing trading tip of the day, and that's where I give you guys a trading tip of the day, and you can take a bit of information away with you to improve your trading. And yeah, if you are new to the stream, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. UTC plus 7. If you want to set your alarms, turn notification bells on, all of that good stuff. Just jump into the chat quickly. And drinking my protein shake at the same time. Here, Optimist coming through, the absolute OG. Good morning to you, sir. When BTC 100K? December probably, maybe January. Unpopular opinion, but yeah, it's not looking hot. Not looking hot. Actually, probably earlier than that. I would say earlier than that. Probably October, November. Yeah, I think we'll probably have quite I do think we'll probably just end up going sideways for a bit, guys. I think we'll probably see some lows coming down, maybe 56. Maybe we tumble down even more to around 50K to this sort of level here, and then we bounce. I just think we're probably going to do something along the lines of this for a while, and then coming into like November, October, this sort of period, then we start the next big move and cycle to the upside here. I just wouldn't be super bullish right now, but again, we are still in this range. There is still potential, but overall, the sentiment coming into summer is looking pretty bleak right now. And obviously, we lost that major point on the quantum insight, which I was gagging for, essentially. I was really hoping that we would see an early cycle here for crypto, but unfortunately, it's not all green flags. But hey ho, it is what it is. But yeah, let's move on from Bitcoin, guys. Let's get into altcoin assessment here, and we can break down some altcoins together. And this is Altcoin Assessment. If you do have any altcoins, please put them in the chat. And yeah, I'll break them down and see if we can get some potential trades that we can be looking out for today together. I mean, just talking altcoins for a second, I was actually quite surprised on, obviously, Bitcoin, 63K. Pretty bad, right? But altcoins didn't seem to be that reactive to Bitcoin dumping down a couple of $1,000, right? I thought we were going to see another 10% knocked off the portfolio there, but no, didn't quite get that. So yeah, obviously we're seeing them being a bit more reactive now. We're seeing AR is down near enough 3%, AVAX 3%, Axie Infinity nearly 3% as well. Bitcoin Cash coming down 2.8%, Chili's 3.37. What's Jasmine doing today? 1.22%. So Jasmine not doing too well. Not doing too badly actually. Injective 1.32. Interesting. But yeah, let's break down some altcoins together, guys. And if you are new to the stream, make sure you drop a little like on it and say hello in the chat. It's all good. Kids TV, bro, how trending shitcoins? The trending shitcoin today is actually, you're gonna have to wait. We'll do it on Shitcoin Showdown very shortly. But yeah, good stuff. I see here Optimus wants a bit of Arbitrum. We can have a little look at that. Here Optimus says it looks shit. Yeah, let's have a little look at Arbitrum there. Did just want to touch on XMR quickly, guys. Monero. So the history with Monero, you're probably seeing this right now. Obviously, we know this is one of the leading privacy coins in the space right now, and it is being used on the dark net quite a lot, which is obviously where Bitcoin originated from in terms of like transactional volume. And it's really interesting to see exchanges like Binance, like big centralized exchanges, they're starting to delist Monero, okay? And they're starting to delist Monero because it's a privacy coin. It goes against the man, if you will, and Binance essentially taking the knee and all of that. Decentralization. It's going against decentralization. So, yeah, they're obviously on the other side of that. So they're starting to delist Monero quite a lot. But and we did see, obviously, Monero take a huge chunk off the old portfolio there. Near enough a 40% retracement when that happened. And from that point onwards, obviously we saw a low get set. We obviously saw an uptrend and then a downtrend, classic. And then from there, guys, this is actually super clean. Believe it or not, this is the daily chart. Okay, this is the daily chart for Monero. It's been climbing up really nicely, and every single pullback is just being sort of eaten up. And to be completely frank, it's a privacy coin. It's used on the dark net. We know this is going to be used for malicious activities, probably like money laundering or other, yeah, probably mainly money laundering, stuff like that. But if you've seen the show Billions, guys, they pay a lot of people in crypto and stuff like that. And yeah, this is it's a real thing. It does happen. So a coin like this, seeing this sort of uptrend, it's likely that it's going to be used by a lot of organizations worldwide, obviously for malicious stuff, but it's going to help the price out massively if it's millions and millions of dollars are going to be flowing into this, which is what we did see from this period from April all the way to June. I haven't seen any other chart that looks as clean as this in terms of bullish momentum over this period. And it just shows, even after a major centralized exchange delisting them, Binance, It's really quite nice to see Monero sort of recovering like that. And if you are if you've been on the channel for a long time, I think we've been here 3 years together, then you probably know that Monero is like, I don't know why, but it's one of my babies. I've had this coin for so long here. And I think it's going to do insanely well. I think it's only like a $4 or $5 billion market cap right now. I think there's a lot of room for movement here. It's super low supply as well. It's $164 a coin right now. So I do think we're probably looking at maybe even a 10x or something like that coming into this next alt season for Monero. Super bullish on this. And yeah, just wanted to touch on that very briefly. But yeah, let's jump into Arbitrum. Oh God. You can just see the difference in the charts, right? It's just like, goddamn. Yeah, you can just see the difference. So yeah, Arbitrum right now is looking pretty rough. Let me know what you think in the comment section about Arbitrum right now. I know we have seen a couple of meme coins get released on Arbitrum, and they are clearing millions and millions of dollars in terms of market cap. We're seeing $700 million market cap for one of them. Crazy stuff. So it does show there is volume here on the chain, which is good. Now let's do some TA on this bad boy, okay? Do I want to do a video on Arbitrum? I haven't got any... Oh God, it's not good. You're at the bloody floor, man. It's not good at all. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to do a video on it, but I am going to just touch on it quickly, and then we'll pick a couple of other coins to do a video on. Mika's Media popping through saying, Chester, what's up, man? hope you're good, bro. Nice to see you on the stream as well. Yeah, so ARB coming through, guys. You can see quite a strong level of momentum coming through on the daily. Obviously, this is the floor for this asset right now, which we have obviously, I mean, that's obviously the start of the coin there, but you can see the bullish momentum is what I wanted to touch on from this zone. So bullish momentum coming through. You can see 29% to the upside there. Obviously, significantly more to the upside there, around 59%. When was this? This was September 2023. So if my memory serves me, this is sort of when we jump to like an ADA or something, right? Let's go to September. Yeah, so we did see quite a lot of, well, a little bit of bullish momentum coming through for quite a few of the assets. Nothing too crazy here, but we did see more for Arbitrum there. So yeah, that's sort of when crypto started to sort of wake up a little bit there. But the reason why I'm touching on this area right now is because if you look at the price for Arbitrum, and in terms of that horizontal that we just drew in there, guys, you can see we're actually sat directly on that, okay? So it's not too great right now to be sat there, because that is technically the floor. We have broken the low. Oosh. This is not good. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good at all. The reason why, guys, if you're breaking lows like that, even testing them at wicks, coming down to those levels, breaking the previous sort of floor that you had here with that momentum to the upside, usually means you're not going to have that continuation or that repetitive momentum coming through. Usually, you know how momentum works, guys. Usually, if we're aiming for, if previous momentum's at 30%, usually we can probably get around 15% or something along the lines of that, if we are being courteous and not being greedy there. But you can see previously, well, from this test, we saw momentum-wise 11% to the upside. So nothing too crazy there. But the fact that this is broken lows, broken structure, still heading down, not even saw, we saw a doji star candle there at the end here, and then we're breaking lows on the doji as well. It's just the volume weighted ATR bands getting wrecked as well, guys. This is, I would actually say, super bearish on Arbitrum right now. From a technical analysis standpoint, it's not looking that good at all, unfortunately. Here Optimus says, altcoins bleed. I'm speaking really loud into the mic, I apologize. Altcoins bleed a lot last week. Yes. We got a request from Amir saying IOU. IOU. Let's do a bit of IOU very shortly. Yeah, just to summarize ARB, I would be super bearish on this right now. Unfortunately, we have broke this low. Market structure looks terrible. Trend is obviously to the downside. Volume weighted ATR bands. Usually, guys, when we test this daily volume weighted ATR band, let me just see which one that is. Come on, get it right. Which one that is. it's kind of colluding each other. One second, let me just find out what this is, because I want to show you guys how that's obviously the daily. Let's change the 4 hour to the 3 day, and that should change and leave us 1 here. Yeah, okay, so you can see this volume weighted ATR band is the daily. For us to be basically grinding our way down that is pretty horrific. Usually you can see the support that we get off this it's usually super strong here on the daily chart. Not that much data here, but you can see the bounces here are usually super strong on the volume weighted ATR band on the daily. The fact that it's in digressionary stance, you're not finding that support, you're grinding down with it. It might be a short, you know. Might just be like, I'll short this, whatever, everything looks terrible. But let's have a little look at the quantum insight quickly, because that's obviously a really good point to be gauging here. Stochastic is tickling up. I think that might be because volume wasn't very good here. Yeah, it wasn't very good here for this sort of period. But again, it's still just sat in this super low point, because we have seen obviously cascading price action. Now, in terms of shorting this, I wouldn't really want to get involved with this right now, because it looks like it is due a pullback to the upside, and this does kind of look like the perfect sort of setup here. And what I'm referring to here is overextended momentum here over on this side. So you've got main anchor, and then you're going to have sub anchor coming through, and then main anchor, sub anchor, and then potentially another sub anchor coming through. As long as the momentum is cascading down and we're seeing digressionary momentum coming through from this quantum insight with the stochastic peaking to the upside there, we could be looking at a lovely cheeky short position coming through, but I would be waiting here. What you're likely to see when you're testing floors of an asset of this caliber is usually a buy up, guys. You're likely to see a buy up, which probably would consist of something along the lines of this to probably this level of resistance, and then this is where you short. Okay, this will be your short position here once you've tested that area multiple times there in terms of resistance. And if you aren't breaking that resistance, the trend is still negative, the markets are still pushing down, that's when you get into a nice lovely short position there, and you can probably short that down to the next low. But yeah, that's ARB. Have some protein shake, and then we'll do IOU for Amir there. I'll actually record a video on that one as well. And guys, if you're new to the stream, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, set your notifications, turn them on. You're never going to miss when we are live on the channel. IOU USDT, let's go. I'm not a fan. What this is super bad. I'm not even going to waste any time on this. Bearish as hell. Obviously you've lost the low of launch. Good luck to you. Not great. IOU is a bust. Super not good. Here Optimist says, what, no tea today? Yeah, no tea today, man. I was a little bit behind schedule, did Muay Thai, went for a swim, and yeah, didn't have time to get the tea in, so got the protein shake. And yeah, just I've actually made a really good recipe with the protein shake. I've got like chocolate, vanilla, no, chocolate, caramel, and then I chuck a banana in there with some ice and some water. Tastes like a banoffee pie or something like that. It's unreal. And obviously good to eat those bananas. Mixed Media saying, I bought some cheap Salana at $125. Nice to see it. Love to see it, man. That is really super good. Let's bring up Salana, actually. I want to have a little look on that, and we can look at some market structure points for Salana, and let's do a video. Let's do a video on Salana. Let's record that live on stream, because Salana is one that people are talking about right now, and it does look like there is a potential trade there. Good stuff. Mr. Miles says, Chester with no T equals lizard person doppelganger. Dude. Amir says, love the reaction. Yeah, sorry, man. That chart was pretty terrible. But yeah, let's break Salana down together, guys. Let's do that. Okay, let's start from the macro. Let's get this going. I'm here today to give you an update on Salana. Love to see Salana. We're going to be breaking this down from a technical analysis standpoint. We're also going to be looking at a potential trade scenario here over the next coming days, weeks, or months that we could be getting involved with here for Salana. So starting off here with market structure here on the daily, the macro here, guys, you can see the higher lows that we do have plotted in for this lovely, lovely uptrend is 38, 51, 62, 79, and 104. The most recent confirmed higher low that we have got is actually all the way down at 104 right now. Now, it's not terrible news, guys. This basically just means that as long as Salana is above 104, we're still in a bullish uptrend. We're still in a bullish market structure. If we start losing higher lows, that's when we need to be looking at lower highs and then potential continuation of this downtrend that we are seeing, this micro downtrend. But in terms of bullish macro market structure, as long as we're above 104, nothing really to worry about. In terms of a retracement from that point, still got around 15% breathing room. Okay, still got around 15% breathing room, so nothing to really fret about right now. Do I think we're going to get there? It's very likely. Yeah, it's very likely that we're going to get there because the markets look absolutely terrible. Bitcoin looks terrible. Solana's obviously crashing down right now. We've lost the 3-day volume weighted ATR band. We're coming down to test the 12-hour. You can see the respect that we got previously on the 3-day. This is super important, actually. You can see this 3-day volume weighted ATR band here, and this is the volume weighted average true range for you newer traders out there. You can see after breaking this with a lot of momentum to the upside here, usually the first significant test gives us a really nice big spike here. Really nice big spike in momentum to the upside. Again, another test, again, another test. Once you test something 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, you're likely, the more times you break it, use your words, the more times that you test something, the higher chance that you're going to break it. Okay, and as you can see, what we have seen here, daily candle body close is now below the 3-day volume weighted ATR band. So, in summary, guys, downside is likely to be on the cards. Am I going to be shorting Salana from this point? Probably not. The reasoning is because we've cascaded down aggressively for around 30% here. Now, if we invert the chart, let's just do that. How do we do that again? Invert scale. Here we go. You can see this is the chart, but the other way around, inverted like a mirror. Would you long the top here? Would you long here? No, you wouldn't. It's exactly the same as shorting. You would not short here like this, guys, because it's parabolic in that direction. Okay, and what that essentially means is we're due a pullback. Okay, we're due a pullback. So that means if we flip the invert scale again, we're due a move to the upside. Okay, so basically what we're waiting for here is potentially basically what I'm thinking here for Salana, if we come down to this area, volume weighted ATR band on the 12-hour, or we come down to the market structure higher low at 104, I'll be buying Salana. I'll be longing Salana. I'll be getting deep down and dirty involved with that because that's a very, very strong move to the downside and then probably quite a clean bounce up. Okay, so that's going to be the position that we're looking out for. So if we're looking for a buy area, it's going to be, we'll plot that in around this sort of area. So it's super easy to get involved with there. And then that's sort of how we can be playing our cards here with Salana right now. Don't really want to be jumping into this. It just looks a bit too unpredictable. Okay, it looks a bit too unpredictable. Looking at clear levels of support and resistance we can be plotting in here. And again, guys, these are still up for debate here with how Bitcoin is potentially going to be reacting right now. But what I would say is we're due a bounce. I'm not going to be getting involved in a long or a short right now for Salana because it's not super clean. All right, and that's pretty much the summary for that. In terms of trend lines, breakout scenarios to the downside, you can see probably got a symmetrical triangle chart pattern looking like so. Just going to jump to the weekly so it's a bit easier to see. Yeah, symmetrical triangle chart pattern looking like so. These are going to be the levels of support to be looking out for there, which we have unfortunately broken to the downside quite aggressively. I'd be looking for a measure move of something along the lines of this here on the weekly, which we've near enough completed. Haven't quite got there just yet here. Maybe we have. That's the candle body open, yeah. Yeah, we've just completed the measure move there, so can't really get biased on that. But overall, bearish to the downside here for Salana. Buying areas is going to be for around 113 to 103, around that sort of area. Now, in terms of how high Salana can be going here for the future, in terms of a price prediction, I think all-time high for Salana is that. Yeah, it is. The all-time high for Solana is actually at 271, right? 258. Okay, yeah, 258. So if we were to buy from this area, then the move to the upside would consist of around 138% there. Personally, I think Solana's got a lot more in the tank. So that is a 2x on your investment, just over a 2x there. But I do believe that Solana has got a lot more in the tank, and to be near enough tickling all-time highs at this early point in the cycle, it really does show that that Solana has got a lot of momentum left in it for the next cycle, because we're due like 5-10x on quite a few coins here, guys. So Solana obviously leading the meme space right now. Base is coming in quite heavily, but yeah, Solana's obviously taken off here in the meme space, and we have seen a lot of volume coming through, and that's obviously why we are seeing Solana mooning essentially and tickling all-time highs for that point. But what I am saying here, guys, is I would expect a lot higher prices here for Solana, maybe $700, maybe $800 a coin there throughout the next sort of next alt season that we are sort of anticipating here. Likely October, November, those sorts of areas is when we're going to see it really start to pick up again for altcoins. And yeah, that would be the prediction there, 700, 800. In terms of our buying point, if we were to buy and hold, 700, 800 would be around a 5, 6x, or 7x on our investment there. So yeah, definitely something to be taken away with you there. But yeah, in terms of a safe investment that will fluctuate over the next 6 to 12 months, Solana is definitely one to have in your portfolio. That's going to be it from me in terms of the Solana update. Good stuff. Let's have a little look at the chat, and after that we will get some more altcoins done, and then we're going to move on to Shitcoin Showdown. I might just jump to Shitcoin Showdown, actually. We've done quite a few altcoins. What do you guys think? I'm wondering if you sell in March, April every year and buy in July. That would be a great trade. I mean, it maybe not every year, but Bitcoin halving cycles for sure. Building on that point here, Optimist, September is usually super bearish. Like every September, because mine and my brother's birthdays, they're both in September, right? So that's why I remember it being super bearish every time. And yeah, so shorting at the start of September and basically taking profit at the end is usually a pretty strong investment. Like, it's pretty strong. So yeah, I probably will break down some figures on that, because that does interest me there. Let's do Shitcoin Showdown. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. So what's the command for that one? Is it that? Shitcoin Showdown. Okay. Welcome to Shitcoin Showdown, guys. This is where we break down some shitcoins where there is 10, 20 to 30 to 40x. No, 2 birthdays. Yeah, 10, 20 to 30 to 40x on investments, maybe even 100x if you pick the right coin. I'm going to be running through a checklist very quickly, and then we're going to be looking at the coin that we're looking out for today. I see a Bratty Girl over on Kick. Nice to see you watching on Kick. Probably only one person there, but yeah, obviously open up the multi-stream. Yeah, appreciate you stopping by. If you are new to the stream, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're breaking down the charts together. All good stuff. But yeah, let's do the checklist, and this is something that you guys need to basically use and be safe while you are trading these shitcoins, guys, because these shitcoins, they tend to usually scam the hell out of everyone. So yeah, just be aware. So the first thing on the list is a bullish chart / strong floor. This is a complete exception, this coin. So but we'll skip past this. Active devs, you need active devs in the Telegram, guys. One thing to look for. Content strategy or a community that is creating memes continuously. Overall marketing exposure from an organic standpoint is super important, and having that sort of general business structure with these coins is favorable, because it shows that the project's actually being run by someone with a bit of business knowledge and marketing knowledge, not just by some dude in his basement, right, who's created a meme coin that's going to rug you, essentially. Now, yeah, again, visible marketing budget is another one, guys. Call groups, KOLs, Salana trending, Dex Screener trending. These are all things that can be paid for. So it just shows that the devs have got budget and they're not going to be skimping out. Essentially, if the dev doesn't have budget and they're getting involved with and they're launching coins, then they're likely to rug the coin to make money because they haven't got money already. Okay, so that's why we look for that marketing budget. Team sell-offs at a minimum. Okay, so this would be a great example. Team sell-offs, horrific, massive wick to the upside, and then a massive dump. Okay, so people probably just have limit orders here. Don't know how well you can limit order on shitcoins here, but I haven't got any experience with limit orders on shitcoins. Let me know in the chat if you do, because I'm interested in that. If you do, because it's easy money to be made. But yeah, likely to see devs selling off is super bad here, and basically it means they're just waiting for big orders to come through and essentially sell into them, so making money because they're already poor essentially, right? High liquidity, locked or burnt, guys, and you can see this liquidity on the left hand side or the right hand side. No, both on the left-hand side. Yeah, vertical and horizontal, right? So yeah, both on left-hand side here, but it's right-hand side on my screen. That's why I say it. Yeah, liquidity, green. It's got to be green. It's got to be locked. And usually we aim for sort of a ballpark of around 10% of the market cap. It's usually a good ballpark to go on. And that you can actually scroll into Dex Screener, look at the liquidity providers and see what's going on here. Because usually they do have... see this one here, you won't be able to see on vertical, but on the left-hand side, it does say burned, which is super bullish. It's a bullish sign that you need to be looking out for there. If it's not burned, guys, basically what they can do, they can literally just pull the liquidity, and that basically means pulling all the money out of the coin, and it crashes the coin to zero. Like we saw, what was that coin? The Squid Game, that Squid Game coin. It was a viral video where it was like a shit coin, and then everyone was investing into it. And yeah, they pulled the liquidity and the chart just went to zero straight away, right? So that's what we call a rug for you newer shitcoin degens out there. So yeah, team sell-offs at a minimum, high liquidity, locked or burnt, trending on DEX tools or trending on Sol trending is a must as well, guys. Otherwise, it's again the same scenario. Dev doesn't have budget; they're likely to sell their supply to try and make money, rug you essentially. And the last and the last and final point is the amount of effort that has been spent on the project overall. We look at the website, we look at the again the marketing strategy, we look at the general graphics, we look at everything, the brand guidelines, and all of these things sort of give you a synopsis on whether the project's going to be good or whether it's going to be like a 24-hour rug where it's just hasn't got any longevity at all. So yeah, look at the effort spent on the project as well. That's going to be the list. The coin that we're looking out for today is going against a lot of that. I know. It's going against a lot of that, and it's called Jason. Okay, it's Jason Derulo. If you guys know who that is. Jason Derulo, that guy, right? The musician, the artist. And yeah, he's basically jumped into the crypto space, and he is promoting the hell out of this coin. He's bought 20 grand's worth of this coin. He says it's his mission to make it go to the moon here. So yeah, definitely one to watch at a 2 mil market cap with someone like Jason Derulo promoting it to his followers. I don't know how many followers he's got, but yeah, 3.5 million followers. Obviously not all crypto centric, but it shows that that there's definitely legs here from a marketing standpoint. It's looking pretty good in terms of an investment, and this is a 2.3 mil market cap, guys. You put in like, I don't know, you put in 1 Sol. What's 1 Sol worth? $123. So yeah, so you put in 1 Sol, and this gets to 10 mil market cap. You're going to be making a 4x on your investment. Like, you're going to be making 4 Sol, right? So yeah, looking pretty good, looking pretty strong. It's a good play in my opinion. Yes, there's not that many things ticked in terms of the list that we went through, but it is a bit of a degen play, more degen than most here. But I think this is definitely one to watch here with such a big, strong influence behind it. And if we're referencing strong influence, look at Andrew Tate, what he did with RNT and what he's done with Daddy Coin. These coins have literally sailed to like $80-90 million. And in this video for on Jason Derulo, he says he's making it his mission to get it to the moon. Everything in my power to send this to the moon. So does that mean he's going to call up some of his boys, some of his other rich artist friends or whatever. So there's money there that could be easily injected into this coin for a nice, easy gain there. Okay, so yeah, that's the coin that we're looking out for there. Just jumping to that daddy coin from Tate, you can see $86.6 million. Very strong. From a bullish standpoint, you can see the chart is not looking too hot right now, but still at 86 mil. Like, that's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous being at that level. Just from him sort of tweeting it, endorsing it. I know he's a bigger figure in the space than Jason Derulo, but Jason Derulo's coin is at 2 mil market cap, right? So what's a 10, 20 mil market cap? It's a very high chance that we could see 10, 20, even 30 mil is super easy for meme coins to hit. And you can see here on horizontal platforms, you can see that we are actually trending on the top side here for Jason, up around 4,400%. And it's only 16 hours old, guys. So yeah, there's going to be a few more tweets. It's going to be endorsed heavily by Jason Derulo and his reputation. So it's definitely one that I would be looking at and getting involved with. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. Go do your own research. Shitcoins are shitcoins. They're likely to crash down. And yeah, not looking too hot. But I do think this is a super underpriced asset for the endorsement that is currently facing right now, and I probably would expect at least 10, 20, 30 mil for this asset, okay? But yeah, that's going to be it from Shitcoin Showdown. That's what I've got my eye on today. And yeah, there's nothing really else that I've seen. The Lord of Memes. No website. Looks cool, bullish chart. Liquidity is, yes, it's higher than 10%. That's a good sign as well. Creeping up to all-time highs. Only 5 hours old, so not great. But it is holding. It's holding. It's quite a nice 5-minute chart there, so maybe that's one to look at as well. But again, I don't really like coins that have a website, guys. Yeah, that's if it doesn't have a website. For me personally, you can probably make 20, 30, 40% if the chart's nice, but the longevity behind the project isn't there, so you're not going to get a 100 mil market cap sort of target there. It's very unlikely to hit those sorts of areas. So yeah, that's why I would be staying away from coins like that from a longevity standpoint, like a swing trade, right? But yeah, that's gonna be Shitcoin Showdown. Let's move on to trading tip of the day. Stop with these accents, man. Trading tip of the day today. So the trading tip of the day today is going to be use a demo account. If you're new to trading, guys, and you haven't got a lot of experience, and you're basically putting $100, $1,000, whatever amount of money you've got into an account, and you're trading with it, and you're having fun, and you're losing that money, then you should be using a demo account until you get your education to a valuable level where you're not blowing money and it's not just gambling, okay? With trading, the more data that you have, the better your trading ability will be. So what you need to do, you need to get a demo account. You need to trade that demo account to a set target. Set yourself a target on that demo account, and once you hit that target, then you know you're in a profitable standpoint from trading your portfolio. Once you get to that point, then you can invest real money and start trading and actually making real money yourself. Otherwise, you're just throwing money down a drain, and it's not great risk reward, okay? But yeah, trading tip of the day, use a demo account. Don't be afraid to. Okay, good stuff. Let me jump back to Bitcoin, and then we're going to probably be calling it a day today, guys. 55 minutes we've done it in today. Not bad at all. Back to Bitcoin breakdown. 55 minutes. Any questions at all? I have actually got rid of TA Q&A, guys, because did the stream like 10 times or whatever, and no one asked any TA Q&A, so got rid of that part of the stream. So yeah, not going to waste any time on that, but can probably do a request or something like that for 4 minutes. Let me have a look at the chat. We got Pizza, we've got LR coming through. Nice to see on the stream there, LR. Hope you're well as well. It's been a minute. Love those memes at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, the dancing Pepe and that pug that's shaking around. Good fun. All good fun. Yeah, Peter says, do you think Jasmy is a shitcoin? It's a good question, man. It's a good question. It behaves like a shitcoin, okay? It does behave like a shitcoin. Let's jump to the chart on that. And let's get back to Altcoin Assessment quickly. Yeah, it behaves like a shitcoin. I do think that this coin in general, it's got a lot of, the community behind it is super strong. And what I've gauged from that is when I put out a Jasmy video, or like a Jasmy update, the community are there in numbers. Like, they are in numbers. Like, telling me where I'm wrong, telling me where I'm right, whatever. But the community presence behind this coin, I don't know how it's so strong, but it is super, super strong. So in terms of it being a shitcoin, it's behaving like one with such a strong community, but it's got utility, right? I think the utility behind it is IoT, Internet of Things, just off the top of my head. I might be wrong. That might be a different coin. But I think it's ran by a Japanese company that basically like connecting your car to the internet, for example, that sort of mentality. And you can go on your app on your phone and you'll see that you've got low fuel in your car, right? Because you can see on your phone. It's the Internet of Things, making products connected to the internet, and that's what Jasmy is sort of Jasmy, sorry, is sort of doing there. I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that's sort of what I understand about that. But yeah, in terms of utility, that's the utility. I don't really understand it that much, and probably gave a pretty poor example there. But yeah, I do think it's doing pretty well this cycle, man. I'm pretty impressed. I've made pretty decent money trading Jasmy. Like, it does trade quite nicely, so I definitely want to be looking out for there. Yes, it is run by the ex-Sony CEO. Yeah, you are right. I do remember that. Yeah, that's what I did notice as well. So yeah, good stuff. Mr. Miles. What? No Kaz? We could have a look at Kaz. We could have a little look at Kaz. Why not? We got a minute. We got, well, a minute and a half. But yeah, guys, if you're new to the stream, make sure you drop a little like. We're trying to grow this bad boy. No, but on a real, we're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon, UTC +7. So yeah, if you want to set your alarms, then you can do that. Notification bell on. You're never going to miss when we're live. Okay, so Casper quickly. A little bit of Casper. This is... This. 2023, 2024. September it started running up. Yeah, okay. Interesting. It's actually pretty bullish, this chart, I won't lie. Yeah, it's pretty bullish. Overall, Casper is looking pretty goddamn good. Just going to get rid of those levels to make it more visually appealing for you guys. I don't know what this trend line is. I don't know what's going on with that, but all that for a matter of fact. It's probably a Trading Views logarithmic playing with me again. But yeah, so market structure is looking great for Casper, looking super, super good. We can't confirm this 10 cents as a high or low just yet because we haven't actually. Oh no, we did break the high. So the market structure high or low is 10 cents. Now with Bitcoin and the general market sentiment right now looking fairly bearish here, to have two higher lows in this area here for Casper, it's going to be music to your ears, Mr. Miles. It's super bullish, okay? It's super, super bullish with the 12-hour volume-weighted ATR band coming up as well. This would be the super lucky buy zone. If we get to this area, it's one of those load the shotgun scenario, guys. We're going to load the shotgun. We're going to buy a hell of a lot of cash, and it's going to basically moon from this area to test two major market structure high or low points here. That is super, super crucial and is very likely to see momentum. And momentum from these areas previously, you can see. It's goddamn massive. It's huge, man. So, yeah, definitely something to be getting involved with there for this buy area. If crypto is going to nuke off a cliff. And what I mean by that is another 30% off the top. Okay, 30% off the top. That's going to be super, super bullish there forecast. I mean, you can see this 3-day volume-weighted ATR band creeping up here on the daily. The bounce on that, super, super nice. Could be getting involved with that if we test this low, because you can see that does line up pretty nicely as well overall. And I see, I'm going to try and read your name. I can trade and make money and good at mathematics and all that stuff, but when it comes to reading English, pretty goddamn terrible, okay? So, Abimina over on Kick. Nice to see you on the stream. Apologies if I read your name wrong. But yeah, nice to see you on the stream. Appreciate you coming through and saying hello. How much you earn, you say? Well, that would be telling. It's enough to live financially free, right? And do what I want to do and do all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm not doing a 9-to-5 job anymore. That's the main thing. Yeah, that was the goal originally with when I started trading, right? Was to, because I was a plasterer on a building site. I was slaving away 9 till 5 every day. I was hating life. It's pretty grim. It wasn't happy. And I was like, right, if you're gonna commit to yourself, you got to commit to yourself. You got to commit to trading. And that's when I quit social media, quit Netflix, quit all the things that were just wasting my time that I wasn't actually like learning from, and I put my head into the books and just studied my ass off, and yeah, replaced my 9-to-5 income. And it took me like 6 months to do it, but it's worth it. Like I'm not plastering anymore. Like I can do what I want on a day-to-day basis. Like it's chill, man. It's life. It's good. And like when you've got to commit to yourself, though. You can't be lazy with it. A lot of people will commit to trading, but a lot of people will commit to something and not actually go the full length. Like to learn and study something and actually have it take over your job, it's a lot of work. It's not an easy thing to do. It's really, really not. And that's like the 10,000 hour rule around that sort of area. Like you've got to be prepared to put in those hours to essentially take that leap and change your life, right? So yeah, you've got to be prepared. Otherwise, it's just like it's a catch-22, right? I know I don't really want to talk about this too much, but it's a catch-22. If you're enjoying your life and your job's alright and you don't mind, like you're cool. You can carry on. I was hating my job so much. Like I was going to work and I was like, oh, what the hell am I doing? Like I hate my job so much, and that's what gave me the motivation to take the next steps and to study and quit everything and really hone down on that self-discipline. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. And if you are new, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon, set the notifications on, and you're never going to miss our uploads here. And we've got new short-form content coming out as well, so make sure you go and check that out. Doing some real degen trades out there, trading 5 cents for every Instagram follower I've got. Trying to do it every day here. So yeah, it's we're using like 100, 200, 300x leverage. It's just ridiculous, right? We've only done day 1 so far, but yeah, it's good fun. So yeah, go check that out over on Instagram and TikTok and all these other platforms. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. Cross-platform, love to see it. Drop a like on your way out, and yeah, I will see you